In Spanning Gateway, I'm Asia, and we're going to finish up with number 6 and number 7, okay? Number 6 is the principle of cause and effect. You can relate that, correspond that through your observation station to the number 6, because that has a lot of energies within itself. But we're talking about the principle of cause and effect, okay? And we're going to show how that is... how we can see that on the star map, and we can come to our own conclusion on whether that's true or not. That's up to you to do, okay? So, principle of cause and effect. Every cause has its effect. If every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to law. Chance is but a name for law not recognized. There are many planes of causation, but nothing escapes the law, the Kybalion. Okay, so when we look at this saying, you can go into your story or your present moment or your memory bank, your imagination, however you want to express that energy, and to see if this is true or not. It plays out in many different forms. Everything has a starting point and an ending point until it does the cycle again, right? It continues on. But if you look at just anything like this, me just picking up this book is a cause and effect, because it's me, my spirit, wanting to change the location of this book until it has an effect to where it's placed somewhere else. So everything, just depending on your level of awareness and what you're paying attention to. That's why it's talking about recognized, because that's about being aware to be able to have some type of judgment of cause and effect. Okay. So the principle embodies the fact that there is a cause for every effect, an effect for every cause. It explains that everything happens according to law, that nothing ever merely happens, that there is no such thing as chance, that while there are various planes of cause and effect, the higher dominating the lower planes, still nothing ever entirely escapes the law. So that's just a natural state of being, existing in this realm of reality, or realms, or world, or whatever word you want to use to describe that. But there is a natural law, a natural principle of cause and effect, and that plays out mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And these things are also represented on the star map, and we can, just by example, to show, spiritually see through symbology, okay, and then in story form through mystery or your present moment, you can identify Aries, which is really the first house, number 1 energies, beginnings, initiating, cardinal, fire. There's many different ways to express this energy. So Aries has to do with self, individuality, right? Also correlating with the sun. That's just another story, because you can get deeper into this information, right? It's a doorway, it's a gateway into information. So if we identify Aries as the self, the I am, the individuality, and if we ourselves are being selfish, right? For example, spiritual example, then how that has an effect on the opposite side, which is Libra, okay? This is a correspondence. Cause, right, would be selfish, Aries, and it'll have an effect, right, in partnerships, how we correspond to others or things outside of us, right? And that can happen on many different dimensions in realms of realities or thought, mentally, physically, spiritually. And we're able to identify these things. So, and we should be able to all see that for ourselves and come to our own conclusions. Damn it, and I didn't set the time again. I'm always forgetting something because I got so much going on. Anyways, Number 7, the principle of gender, but it should be short because I pretty much explained that already, right? We went over the feminine and masculine principles, okay? That's part of the principle of gender, right? Foundational principle, how the masculine and feminine are part of everything. It's more of the spiritual side, the spiritual natures or the intentions, the things unseen. We see the actual objects, but it's the meaning, the reasoning, and the purpose behind them is the spirit, the natures of existence, the natures and ways of being of everything, including ourselves. So, principle of gender, number 7, has to do with relationship, again, partnership, in which masculine and feminine is a partnership, right? They come to an agreement, right, of being together and interchanging and whatever words you want to use to do that. But anyways, they work together, right? Because it's a partnership, a relationship. It also represents balance, 7th house, Libra energies. Number 7. There's many things that come from the number 7. Many observations. Anyways, gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes, okay? All planes of existence. So that means, right, everything? The Kybalion. This principle embodies the truth that there is gender manifested in everything, the masculine and feminine principles ever at work. This is true not only of the physical plane, but the mental and even the spiritual planes. On the physical plane, the principle manifests as sex. On the higher planes, it takes higher forms, but the principle is ever the same. Okay? So that just talks about an intellect and thoughts. That's a higher plane of existence than the physical plane. So their sex is still part of your higher planes because it has to do with the thought and the emotions. Still part of the spiritual principles of the unseen. And we were able to express that through the correlation, correspondence of the masculine and feminine principles. So, and just easy way of showing. I don't know if you can see the little M's and F's in there, but if you're familiar with astrology or this life, the different sections and divisions of it, you know about the masculine and the feminine because they're already separated, all nicely done through science for us. So a lot of these things, we have access to this information over time cycles that we can use, but we just have to be able to know how to use it and interpret it for ourselves through our own observation to have true inner standing, right?